So in this video, we're going to take a look at the Jamf Parent App and how that can really support parents at home through the school's instance of Jamf. So I'm going to jump into the Jamf Parent App, which is in the bottom dock on my device. And you'll see here that I'm already connected to my student, mythical student in this case, on the device. And you can see there's lots of different settings on here, but you can tap directly onto your individual student or child here. And then it gives you some options on this screen. So allowed app categories, but then you also have some really nice functional changes that you can have. And this is really useful if your child is learning at home and you want to be able to restrict them to certain things at certain times of the day, and then unlock them for the rest of the time. So if you know they're doing homework, for example, I could just jump onto enable app lock, set the time that I want them to be restricted to certain apps, and then choose the apps that I want them to have access to. So let's say in this case, I want them to have Safari, want them to see their notes, I want them to have access to the camera, etc. And then also some of the creative apps as well. Let's say, we want them to be able to have access to their iCloud Drive. And then as well as that, access to files, and then things like Keynote and iMovie, and then just tap done. You'll then see on the student device on the other side, or their child's device, that has now restricted them to just those applications that I've said that I want them to have access to. Now, at any point, as soon as the homework is finished or their education time is finished, the parent can just simply disable the app lock, and this returns the device for the students back to normal, giving them access to everything on the device. Now, that's if you want to do it just as an ad hoc, but you can also go into device rules and create some specific rules. You'll see on here, I've got education mode and games off mode. To do this, you simply go into create a device. You can do this in several different places in terms of whether they're at a specific location, whether it's based on their activity, the day, the time, etc. Let's jump on day and time. I can choose the apps within the categories. So if I go to custom, choose next, I can choose again those apps that I want them to have access to. Tap next. Say whether I want this to be active based on the days, etc. So let's say that during the weekday, we're going to have that restrictions, and evenly set the times that they are restricted. Again, tap next, give it a name, we'll just call it this, tap save, and now you'll see that I've got that mode all set on my device. That will instantly change the student's device on those given days. The final one is just a device. I can see where the device is, storage, battery, etc. Just gives you that overview of everything. So there we go. That's the Parent app on Jamf Parent and how that can be used in the home to support students with their access to certain apps when it's applicable.